Inoue. These are a fearsome flurry, and he's got him with a...
素早い前後の動き。
Young Naoya Inoue was a beast. Watching his highlight reel at a young age, the world drew comparisons to a prime Mike Tyson.
And it's easy to see why.
Get ready for a wild ride as we're taking you through the journey of a young Inoue's most brutal knockouts. This is Fighting is Art. Here we go. In July 2012, at the age of 19, Inoue put the world on notice and faced an open professional test against the reigning Japanese champion at the time, Boyeaux, and looked to impress his dad and Ohashi gym chief Hideyuki Ohashi. He started with his trademark double jab before the big left hook. The destructive shots were now in array. Then he released a big right hand that made his opponent shiver in his timbers. In round 4, Inoue adopted Gordon Ryan's liver steak recipe. And his opponent rolled around the canvas as if his liver had turned to dust. In January 2013, in his second pro fight, Inoue stepped up a level and made light work of Thai national champion Galprajan Chuatana, opening up with jabs that sound like baseball bats being swung at full speed, and missed slightly with the demolishing left hook. But the next one wouldn't miss. Once opponents saw he was losing the chess match, the poor dude tried to rush at Inoue but met his doom. A perfect left hook sent the Thai champion crumbling like a truck had crashed into him. The youngster continued to gain momentum, and Inoue's third pro fight took place in April 2013 against Yuki Sano. Still young, Inoue was perfecting his killer combinations. Powerful right hands reduced his enemy's life bar. Inoue feinted a left body shot before going upstairs to land a left hook that disconnected Yuki Sano's legs from his brain. He survived the barrage that followed. During the barrage, Inoue injured his right fist when his right straight hit Sano's head. After that, Inoue was unable to land a right punch and was forced to fight with just his left hand. Inoue was now starting to double up on the devastating left hook. Another left hook made his enemy do the chicken dance. Inoue then showed no mercy and unleashed heavenly destruction. Combining rhythm to strikes, Inoue made his rival dance around the ring, forcing him to cling to consciousness. Inoue had cut his enemy badly, and blood was now starting to pour into Sano's eyes. After a flurry in the 10th round, the referee saved Sano a couple years of his fighting career and ended the beatdown. Once Inoue's hand healed, he fought for the Japanese throne. Every Wonder Kid prospect needs to be given a serious test at some point to see if they are the real deal or just smoke and mirrors. In August 2013, in his 5th pro fight, Inoue faced the Japanese champion and a world-ranked fighter, Ryoichi Taguchi. What we saw was a bout between men looking to make a point. Taguchi was trying to say that he was one of the best in Japan and that he deserved a world title fight. Inoue, on the other hand, was trying to prove that he deserved the hype and that he really was destined for great things. It was a rampage from the onset. Unlike other Inoue's fights, he was getting torched. But Inoue will not be bullied, even though it is only his 4th fight. This fight tested Inoue's resilience, and he had to go to a deep place. Taguchi punched Inoue like never before. But eventually, Taguchi blew his wad. And Inoue won the Japanese title by unanimous decision. After this fight, Inoue would level up on his boxing defense, promising never again to concede such an amount of punches. Once Inoue seized the title, what followed was one of the greatest runs in the history of boxing. On his next title quest, Gerson Mancio was the man to step up to face Inoue for the vacant OPBF light flyweight title, a decision he would later regret. Mixing preciseness with savageness, Inoue ravaged his opponent. The release of artillery didn't subside in the next round. Inoue wreaked havoc with the right hand and putting his entire body into combinations. When Mancio was at the edge of the abyss, Inoue worsened his situation with a clean 1-2. Mancio fought back with a right hand that Inoue didn't react to. But for every effort, he got punished in return.
向けてボディですね、行きましたよ。
さあこの今の左のボディー、そしてこのマンションを戦います。ここも
そうできた。
接近戦からボディー、
最終的隙を狙ってそこを打ちましたね。
さあマンションが下がり始めた。
The phone booth brawl will soon escalate into a crime scene.
じわりじわりダメージを与えて、そして
Bouncing Mancio's head around the ring like ping pong, Inoue confounded his rival, giving him no breathing space. Having toyed with his opponent for 5 rounds, Inoue decided to end the fight with 10 seconds. Justifying comparisons with the legendary Manny Pacquiao. In September 2014, Inoue faced Samartlek Kokietjim at the Yoyogi National Gymnasium, resulting in a big turnout, where thousands of Japanese fans gathered to watch the new superstar defend his belt for the first time, still sporting a long hair and a boyish look. From the onset, Inoue looked to terminate his opponent fast. After landing close to 100 significant strikes to the head of Samartlek. In the 4th round, Inoue surgically threaded through his opponent's defense and dropped him. The bell signaled a round stoppage, saving Samartlek from being folded into a heap, but not for long. One of Inoue's body shot was loading up the pain, and once Samartlek felt the pain, he bowed to the canvas. And he would once again be saved by the bell. Inoue won by TKO in the 11th round at 1 minute and 8 seconds, successfully defending his title for the first time. Refusing to show mercy, Inoue had turned his rival to a walking corpse, and showing mercy would be in the hands of the referee. After this fight fans started asking Inoue to fight in the United States, with his management teasing the prospect. 2 days before 2016, Inoue defended his WBO junior bantamweight title against the #1 contender, Orlito Parenas. This one wouldn't last long. Not wasting any time, Inoue went straight to business. Having no response, his opponent smiled, not knowing what his future awaits. Taunting his opponent in his sleep. Inoue welcomed him back to his feet by raining hell on the still dizzy Parenas. Inoue had delivered a complete demolition in 2 rounds in front of his home crowd. At this point, Inoue needed no introductions, and in May 2016, Inoue faced his WBO challenger David Carmona. In the 2nd round, he hit Carmona's temple with a right straight and injured his right hand, and had to continue the destruction with the left hand.
その前は5年近くに及ぶ長期政権を築いていた不動の王者とも思われた圧倒的な格の違いをこのスーパーフライ級で見せつけている井上です。左のジャブを右足伸ばしてきます。この村坂と井上、このヒット使い方がうまいんですよね。
However, he went on to win the fight by unanimous decision and successfully defend his title for the 2nd time.
最後は村田さん、井上のチャンピオンの気持ちも伝わってきましたね。可能性というのは村田さん、ちょっと無尽蔵なところがありますね。
Inoue made the 3rd successful defense of his WBO title when he collided with Pechbarng-born Kokietjim, a boxer with over 40 wins in the pro ring. Inoue started out quickly and battered Kokiet Jim's face in the opening rounds. Inoue took his foot off the gas pedal, which gave Kokiet Jim some opportunities to land.
左だ。
さあコンビネーション
But that all changed soon.
そうなんですね。なのでやっぱり打つところ。
大したものだと褒めてやりたかったというふうに前回の最終12ラウンドのダウン劇を拳を痛めてしまったんですね。
そうなんですね。なのでやっぱり打つところ。
大したものだと褒めてやりたかったというふうに前回の最終12ラウンドのダウン劇を選手この日井上のような動きですけれどもちょっと攻められているシーンがありますが伊藤選手はどういうふうに映ってますかガードをしっかりしていてガードをちょこんと当ててワンツー左ボディ
ジャブが非常にいいと思いましたね。
右アッパー迎撃の右アッパーいや左
左フックを結構強振してますよね。
By the 10th, when Inoue turned up the furnace and let his hands fly relentlessly, he staggered Kokiet Jim several times and ultimately dropped him with a right hand. The referee waved off the fight and saved him from being completely consumed by the monster.
聞こえた相手の心をへし折る音が村田さんからもお話がありましたけれどもやはり具志堅さん
In December 2016, Inoue's fourth defense would come against Kohei Kono. Kono was a two-time super flyweight champion and a name Inoue needed on his record. Kono stepped into his fight with Naoya Inoue, having never been stopped. Well, not this time. Inoue knocked the former WBA champion down with a left hook in the 6th. Before knocking him silly with a combination.
そしてまた前に出ます河野が前に出てきた井上
効いてますね。
河野後衛はなでるか
His vaunted right hand finished the deal, sending Kono down on the ropes for the finish.
井上尚弥テクニカルノックアウト
ね、やっぱ右のストレートが的確に当たりました。
Kono had completed a trilogy of clean-cut performances by Inoue in 2016.
日本ボクシング界が生み出した最高傑作
In May 2017, Inoue took center stage, facing number 2 contender Ricardo Rodriguez in another champion versus contender clash over his WBO super flyweight champion.
12戦全勝の京都
Rodriguez had won 4 straight overall and crunched his last opponent.
真のアメリカ国籍ボクサー
This was an opponent meant to be a tough fight. But what Inoue had in store was unexpected.
世界が
Like most of Inoue's opponents, Rodriguez swung hard looking to end the affair with the monster quickly.
右ストレート得意な選手ですね。
現在アメリカ国籍ですが、この人ということになりますリカルド・ロドリゲス
この分ですね。
これですね距離を縮めて左から右ここは井上はガードを絡めて耐えている状況です
But the natural order soon proceeded, and Inoue started to open up.
効くって思ってしまいますよね。
はい左からね
Inoue was now starting to see his opponent's every move more clearly.
見られますね。
これですねジャブ4発から右の体くぐれないですかね
まあジャブというよりも左ストレート。
はい左から右のストレートを伸ばされてきましたロドリゲス最後
The trademark 1-2 and a left hook landed smoothly, but Rodriguez refused to go down.
そうなんです左
During the rounds, Inoue had gotten the perfect technical advice of throwing the left hook more often so as to crush his rival completely. 30 seconds into the third round, Rodriguez was sat on his butt.
入ってくるときにジャブとフックと変えてるんですね。いろいろ効いてますね。
ダメージはの
And another knockdown was orchestrated with the left.
井上は一気にいくか左から右のストレート接近戦にこれも2回目のダウン
Rodriguez couldn't beat the count, and that was the end of his journey of painful torture.
採用されませんが
効いてますね。効いてますね。
完全勝利井上尚弥
Now, 14-0, Inoue booked his first fight outside of Japan in California, US. But his opponent Antonio Nieves felt Inoue was untested since he had not fought outside of his home country of Japan.
has he really been tested? Like, all his fights been in Japan. Half of them were at 108. You know, fighting guys that stand right in front of him. You know, everything went his way. You know, he's at home, lower weight class.
From the onset, Inoue teed off with jabs.
The power behind the jab, like you just mentioned, so that's definitely an asset.
Landed a right hand. Nieves is quite aware that he's up against a guy who's regarded, supposed to say, that represents a great opportunity for me.
I just don't know if he can translate that physically.
Tries to deliver the body. Inoue did a great job of blocking it with his left elbow.
Face and Nieves tries to punch with Inoue to get his shot in there first. Where Inoue has had his way so far, so it's to make him uncomfortable.
Inoue converted cheers from the American audience to rhythmic strikes and started to land the shots that his opponent would feel weeks later. A huge right hand behind the guard was followed by a crunching left to the body.
Flat on the canvas and maximizing the power in his punches.
Antonio tried to bite back and make it a phone booth brawl, but realized he was facing no paper champion. The further the bout went, the murkier things looked for the challenger.
Right hand by Inoue's right. Left hand to the body. Places rather than power. Now combinations.
In the third, the 24-year-old Inoue released heavy artillery to the head and body with lightning speed.
How hurt he still is.
You see why he's called the monster. When a guy has fast,
he just did something you occasionally see Golovkin do. He saw that to give it a little bit lift over the top and get it down to the face. Now there's a perfect uppercut.
To avoid punches and doesn't always use kind of classic technical defense.
No problem down the stretch if he continues to fight.
Inoue was making a statement showing to the world that the hype about him was real.
And it sets up power shots like that, even if it wasn't his plan to do so.
Absolutely.
He's a big tight puncher until he gets his guy hurt. Inoue has to put Nieves away in this round or next because it's a lopsided.
Trying to find somewhere to hide in the ring.
In the fifth stanza, a thumping left hook to the food basket and another left hook on the button made Nieves take a knee in respect.
Here Inoue has him ready to go to the body. Yup, there it is.
First time down as a pro.
Exactly. Out of hand to the body right now.
The American returned to his feet and survived till the final bell.
Another left hook to the body. Inoue listening to what Max Kellerman and Andre Ward say. Another left hook to the body. Another left hook to the body.
By stoppage, but he's only throwing one hook at a time. And what Andre did against Boyeaux, damaging thing to do. Like, why does he need?
Dropping bombs to all levels, the one-sided domination continued in the sixth round as the Japanese pressed forward relentlessly.
You're allowed. There's another left hook to the body. Listen to the sound when those left-hand body shots land. That is a thud.
At this point, it was Inoue's turn to taunt his opponent.
And then come back to it.
And with the chance to put on a show now, Inoue is doing so. In the ring. Come to me. Come to me. I'm ready for the knockout right now.
The referee has to keep a close look on Nieves in a minute, and it's only going to get worse as this fight progresses. Big right hand
to the body
from Inoue right
now. What a vicious shot.
Did Nieves need the last 50?
At the end of the round, the American's corner came to his rescue and ended the fight.
Offensive inexperience, but it's going.
For the first time, Inoue was added to the pound-for-pound rankings at number 9. Looking to retain his WBO junior bantamweight title for his next fight, Inoue faced Yoan Boyeaux, who vowed to stay away from the bludgeoning hooks, and yet that was too hard of a task. Opening up with the patented left hook. Every punch landing sounded and weighed like cement bags. A fierce exchange happened, and in the exit, Yoan was touched by Inoue's holy left hand, and he fell stiff like he had been struck by lightning. Yoan was saved by the bell from complete evisceration by Inoue. In the third round, Inoue put pressure to the gas, upping the tempo.
的な立ち上がりだと井上慎吾トレーナー話していました。そして井上トレーナー表情を見たまま
A big left hook to the body got the adulation of the fans. The next one would find the button, shredding Yoan's liver to pieces and forcing him to take a knee. Surging the following onslaught would be impossible, as Yoan folded faster than Snowman on a sunny day in the Middle East. Now a global star, Inoue went up to bantamweight to collide with the British Jamie McDonnell, who held the WBA bantamweight title. McDonnell made fun of Inoue and tried to ridicule the Japanese fighter's name, acting as if a 5-letter name was too difficult to pronounce.
You didn't know who he was?
I didn't. I still don't even know I can't pronounce his first name. I just call him Inoue, yeah.
Finally, the time came for proper introductions, and in just a few minutes, McDonnell will know a bit too much about Inoue. But Inoue had no trepidation taking on giants. And it didn't take long for Inoue to break through the range of McDonnell and introduce himself.
Taking Inoue back into the ropes there, just dropping those elbows on that left hand. Stepped up from super flyweight, Inoue.
Unleashing multiple combos, Inoue was now finding a home for every punch. If McDonnell couldn't pronounce Inoue's name, he was now familiar with the fighter called the Monster. After Inoue let the sledgehammers fly against the ropes, the second knockdown was the end of the fight. He participated in the World Boxing Super Series, a bantamweight tournament, where he would meet other world champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, we welcome you to the
At the draft gala on the 20th of July, Inoue chose to defend his WBA title against former WBA undisputed bantamweight champion Juan Carlo Payano in the quarterfinal of the For the Ali Trophy decider.
And across the ring, his opponent.
Inoue wouldn't make it a long night. From the onset, it was Payano who took the role of aggressor. What happened next was more than what everyone in the arena had bargained for. A quick and destructive 1-2 sent Payano on a journey straight to the Shadow Realm with no stops.
We're in orbit.
Inoue retained his belt in boxing series.
Out of the fight and out of the World Boxing Super Series. A first-round knockout, becoming the first man to stop Juan Carlos Payano.
Inoue became the first fighter to stop Payano, and the knockout was later voted the Ring Magazine Knockout of the Year.
She wrote, spinning like the reels on a fruit machine when that right hand landed. There's the jab, there's the right hand, and everything was short-circuit. Payano on the...
Now 18-0. The semi-final took place in May 2019 against Emmanuel Rodriguez, a guy with an all-time and uncrackable chin, whose chin Inoue would soon lose open. At the pre-fight workouts, Rodriguez's trainer aggressively shoved Inoue's father, Shingo Inoue, who is also Inoue's trainer. Inoue stood with his arms folded, knowing he would unleash hell on his fighter in less than 24 hours. As they faced off, Inoue's vengeful motive could be seen. From the get-go, Rodriguez went on the offensive, posing to be a real threat.
Started coming forward, Inoue on the back is pretty interesting.
Knockout ratio, he's won all 17.
The monster was now ready to release his own ammunition.
His feet, big one. Inoue early on, Rodriguez with a flurry of his own. Toe-to-toe action, first round, give up. Oh, that's almost a macho battle in these first 35-40 seconds. Good sinking shot to the...
Inoue diced the liver and turned his opponent's ribs to mush.
Inoue just wanted to fight on.
And went upstairs.
He's lasted the round though, Manny Rodriguez.
For the first time in his career, Rodriguez tasted the floor.
A fearsome flurry, and he's done it. He's got him with a left for the first time.
Once back to his feet, Inoue sliced up Rodriguez's liver and closed the show with a body shot. The look on Rodriguez's face was one of someone who might have suffered broken ribs from the punches. Inoue won Rodriguez's IBF title and the vacant The Ring bantamweight titles.
Unbelievable power for 118 pounds.
Progressing to the WBSS final.
For the first time in his professional career, Rodriguez was pulverized, joining the long list of those who the monster has forced to need medical treatment. Finally, in the final of the bantamweight series, Inoue clashed against the dangerous veteran Nonito Donaire, a devastating puncher who has destroyed dozens of young men, even in his old age. In this fight, Inoue will show his best weapon, his granite chin. It was warfare from the first round. Donaire matched Inoue's energy and threw his own devastating punches. In round 2, Donaire broke Inoue's orbital bone. Only for Inoue to show he's more than just power. Neither man was willing to take a step back or surrender. Amidst a barrage of damage, each round, Donaire came closer to landing cleanly. In round 9, an overhand counter hit him right on the chin, and it's the only time we have seen him get visibly rocked. And even then, his first instinct was to slip, because he knew that a left hook was coming. In round 11, a blitzing left hook to the body crushed Donaire's will to fight and made him look for a comfortable place to lie. He made the count and would make a trip to the hospital later on.
Opening up for the finish. He's working upstairs. Is he looking for one more big left to the body? It's a long, long time to survive on forward. Right hand lands, 10 seconds on the clock. He would have whipped himself into as good a shape, condition-wise, perhaps as he's ever been. The moment now is for Inoue. It's just this where age and youth and sharpness.
After 12 rounds, Inoue cleanly concluded business and won the fight by unanimous decision.
Smiles all round. Magazine bantamweight champion of the world. Still undefeated, Naoya.
That's it for the monster.
Darren, the 114, 113.
Subscribe and like if you enjoyed.
Seems a little bit shaky here, minute and a half into the first.
This was Fighting S Art. Goodbye.